deberíamos de estar ya en vivo en todos lados. Estamos en vivo, pero está el overlay. Eso me da a mí pauta para cambiar lo de la página. ¿Ah? Porfa. Más eso. Lo que tengo pendiente.
Hi, welcome. I'm Jeff G., Council Member of the City of Redwood City, and welcome the Year of the Ox. Thanks for joining us this evening, and unfortunately, we can't be together in person on Courthouse Square because of the public health emergency. We will look forward to being together next year, but we're here at peninsula360press.com, and hopefully you'll enjoy tonight's program. I've got two very special co-hosts with me tonight, Virginia Chang Crawley, Commissioner with the San Mateo County Harbor District, as well as a director on the board of Menlo Park Fire Protection District. Gong Hei Fa Choi, Virginia.
Thank you, Jeff. 谢谢 and 恭喜发财. Welcome to the Year of the Ox. And in the lunar calendar year, it's the year 4,719, if you can believe that. We're so glad to be here today to celebrate with you the Year of the Ox. And if you are to understand whether or not you were born in the Year of the Ox, if you can divide your age by 12 evenly, then you are an ox. So welcome and Happy New Year.
I'm not going to ask you to divide your birth date by 12 and figure out how old you are, but what animal are you, Virginia?
I am the Year of the Rabbit.
Okay.
So I've got a few years before I'm up.
All right. I won't do the math, but I know that, and I'm in the Year of the Boar. So a few years ago was my year. One of the things about the Chinese horoscope is that there are 12 animals, and people, always ask, what is your year? And the way the story goes, the mythology goes, was Buddha cast a call for the animals to come visit him. And only 12 animals answered the call. And so they all came to race to see him. And the ox was in first place, steady, strong, full of strength. But the rat was very clever. The rat rode on the back of the ox. And when the ox got up to the front of the line, the rat climbed over very quickly and got into the first position to see Buddha. So that's where the Lunar New Year's calendar starts. The first animal is the rat. The second animal is the Year of the Ox, and the 12-year cycle of the animals. Our other special co-host joining us tonight is Eileen Casaneto. Eileen's a very special guest. I'm very honored to have you with us because she is San Mateo County's Poet Laureate. Eileen, you want to say hi to everyone?
Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. I'm so honored to join you all this evening. Thank you, Jeff, for the kind invitation, and Virginia, of course. I look forward to a whole evening of fun and discussion as well.
Eileen, tell us, all of us, what is it like to be the Poet Laureate of San Mateo County?
Well, so as Poet Laureate, my job is to make poetry more accessible to everyone. And I've also used it to I've used poetry to build bridges between our diverse communities.
Wonderful. And I understand you're also an author too.
I am. I wanted to share with you tonight a poem that I actually wrote for the College of San Mateo's Asian American Film Festival in 2019. It's a very short poem, and I'll read it later. But I have written a couple of books, and we have actually released a youth anthology of inaugural poems earlier this year, sponsored by the San Mateo County Arts Commission. And more information can be found on my website, eileencasaneto.com.
And what an honor to have you with us tonight, especially as our first Filipino Poet Laureate here in San Mateo County. What a great evening, what a great honor, and thanks for being part of the program tonight.
Thank you.
Virginia, you want to add anything else about
I-
what's going on? And
Well, with regard to Eileen, she actually has some very interesting focus topics that she wants to talk about or to write about this year. So, Eileen, can you please talk about what your focus is in terms of your poetry and what you're doing for this particular year?
So this year we are focused on our young people. We are doing projects, eco poetry projects, and I hope to work with the Harbor District on it. And also we are having, I've talked to you about inviting our elders to our Asian community elders to speak about personal stories of discrimination. And we will talk about it more later during the discussion.
okay. I mean, you mentioned you had a poem. Would you like to share your poem now?
Sure. So this poem was actually it's very short. I wrote it for the Asian American Film Festival, and it resonates more for me this year, remembering the sacrifices and contributions of our elders in building our communities and this nation. My poem is titled Dust. Sometimes we're like monsoon winds, shifting east of where home is. Sometimes we're like tea leaves, heavenly and unfurling in agony. This is how we shape the earth. Dust up the springs and autumns, see where it rained, which map bore our shade, and which palace to place above us, where our majesty raised a dust. Thank you. Back to you, Jeff and Virginia.
Very nice, Eileen. Thank you for sharing, and very appropriate for this year and this moment in time. Very good. You know, events like this don't happen by themselves. I mean, we're honored to be here with Peninsula360press.com, but it takes more than that. And on behalf of the city of Redwood City and Redwood City International, we want to thank you for joining us tonight and welcoming the Year of the Ox. Like I mentioned, New Year's celebration can't occur by themselves. And so I want to take a moment here to recognize our sponsors that help bring this event to all of us together. No city funds are involved in presenting this family event tonight. Our celebration is brought to you with the generous support of our sponsors. Our presenting sponsor tonight, Kaiser Permanente, our platinum sponsor, PG&E, our gold sponsors, Comcast, Xfinity, the Sobrato Organization, Recology, Sakura Teppanyaki and Sushi, Equilar, the J. Paul Company, Kensen Ventures, our silver sponsor, Graystar, and our media partners, News for Chinese, Tsingtao Daily, and Peninsula360press.com. Without their generosity, I couldn't have done this on our own, and I want to thank all of our sponsors. As I mentioned earlier, this is the 11th year that I've been able to put this program together. It's hard to believe that I've almost made it through the entire 12 animal cycle. So I guess I'm on the hook to do one more year at least to welcome the Year of the Tiger. But I'm very, very honored that many of the sponsors I've just mentioned have been with me from year one. And one of them that is our presenting sponsor tonight, Kaiser. It's a very special year for Kaiser. And number one, before I even talk about their being a presenting sponsor, thank you to everyone at Kaiser for all the hard work for this public health emergency. This pandemic we're going through has been all hands on deck. So thank you to everyone at Kaiser. Thank you to all our public safety responders, our first responders, our essential workers for helping us get through this together. As I mentioned, this year is very special for Kaiser because this is the year their new medical office center opens in Redwood City. So as we talk about the Year of the Ox, about strength, about being strong, this is the year where they get to unveil a new building that's going to serve their clients, their members, right here in Redwood City. So with that, we've got a couple of videos for you. Number one, to thank our sponsors, and then we're going to highlight and give you a preview of their new medical office center here in Redwood City.
Maria Wojciechowski with Kaiser Permanente Redwood City Medical Center. I'm the transition team leader for our new Marshall Medical offices, scheduled to open on April 27, 2021. This is a sneak peek of our new building. You'll see that the inside is not quite finished yet. The artwork goes up in a few weeks. This spacious new 4-story building will offer more convenience. Over 30 primary and specialty care departments and services are moving to this new building. We have 3 levels of free below-ground parking. The elevator goes from each parking level and stops on all 4 floors. This new building will be LEED Gold certified, which is beneficial for our environment, members, and staff. Our first floor has a cafe. Health education offers a variety of health topics and classes. Vision Essentials, which is our optical center, is also open to the public. Lab has one-stop shop blood draws where patients are checked in and blood drawn at the same draw station. Imaging services include fluoroscopy, ultrasound, MRI, and X-ray. The second floor has member services. In the procedure center, we provide GI, pain, and eye care. Ambulatory surgery encompasses all of our specialties except for neurosurgery. These surgeries will remain in the hospital. Third floor, head and neck surgery clinic, hematology, infusion center. Our patients are really going to benefit from our heated massage chairs. Neuroscience offers magnetoencephalography, or the MEG, which is a very sophisticated piece of equipment that's non-invasive and measures ongoing brain activity to the millisecond. On the 4th floor, we have women's health services where we offer bone densitometry, OBGYN, breast care imaging services, which includes mammography and ultrasound. Pediatrics, perioperative medicine clinic provides pre, intra, and post-operative care for our surgery patients. We look forward to serving you in our new Marshall Medical offices beginning April 27, 2021.
Wow, what a great looking building, and looking forward to opening or when Kaiser cuts the ribbon on that, opening their doors. What a great contribution and addition to the peninsula to serve their members. And again, thank you, Kaiser, for being our presenting sponsor. Thank you for being on the front lines. And thank you to all of our public safety, public health, essential workers for taking care of our community during this really hard time. And we will get through this together. Anything else that Virginia want to add before we go on?
Well, I think you've said it all in terms of thanking our first responders, especially since they've had to also deal with wildfires that have hit our area. And it's not just the first responders, but all of the medical professionals, nurses, doctors, assistants, throughout the entire organization of a medical staffing. So they have been instrumental in just making sure that we're safe, and that even though these two crises kind of exacerbate each other, they're always there. And so thank you to Kaiser again for everything that they do for the community.
Yes, thank you, Kaiser. And we look forward to being in person next year. So we're going to get started with some entertainment. So we're going to start off with Singtao Entertainment. Founded in Hong Kong in 1938, Singtao Daily is the leader among all Chinese media in serving the Chinese community worldwide. With 16 overseas editions distributed in over 100 cities, the Northern California office of Singtao Daily offers U.S. City Post, Singtao Chinese Radio, Singtao TV, and Chinese Guide U.S. Every year, Singtao organizes various contests, including the Miss Singtao program, the annual Children's Talent Contest, and more. Program participants and the many talent winners perform throughout our diverse communities. We are pleased to have Singtao join us today to help us welcome the Year of the Ox. San Francisco Panda Kung Fu Center Master Leo Wang and his students performed the Dragon Dance and Lion Dance at his center to celebrate 2021 Chinese Lunar New Year with everyone. They're here to wish everyone a wonderful new year, offer their hopes for a year of good health and happiness every day. Welcome, Master Leo Wang and his students in their Dragon Dance.
请龙背进来。Here to celebration Lunar New Year. All students, 1, 2, 3. Happy New Year!
Okay.
So up next are the Sing Tao performances from Nancy Opal and her daughter, YouTuber JJ Says. She's a famous YouTuber and an American singer. And following Nancy will be Kylie Chang, Miss Sing Tao 2021, who will be singing her version of Waterfall.
每条大街小巷，每个人的嘴里，甜甜的一句话，就是恭喜恭喜，恭喜恭喜恭喜你呀，恭喜恭喜恭喜你，冬天一到尽头，真是好的消息。春风就要吹醒大地，恭喜恭喜恭喜你呀，恭喜恭喜恭喜你。 雪融解，眼看飞花突蕊，漫漫长夜过去，听到一声鸡啼，恭喜恭喜恭喜你呀，恭喜恭喜恭喜你，经过多少困难，历经多少磨练，多少心儿盼望，盼望春的消息。恭喜恭喜恭喜你呀，恭喜恭喜恭喜你，恭喜恭喜恭喜你呀，恭喜恭喜恭喜你。
大家好，我们是你们的好朋友们雪莲
和兰七，
我们祝大家身体健康，
万事如意，新年快乐！
新年快乐！
Very nice. And before I turn this over to you, Eileen, I need to step in here and say something here. One of the things about being virtual in the studio, and not everyone can see everything. My co-host next to me, she was singing along with earlier performances. And so next time we're going to have the mic on. But more importantly, I understand, Ken, your husband was singing that song yesterday at home. So Ken, next time we're going to have you perform. live in studio. So with that, Eileen, why don't you take away with our next performance?
Actually, our next performers would be the OCA San Mateo, which Virginia, would you do the honors of introducing them?
Oh, sure. So OCA San Mateo is an Asian Pacific American advocates group. They're dedicated to advancing the social, political, and economic well-being of the Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders in the U.S. Founded in 1973, OCA Asian Pacific American Advocates is a 501c3, a nonprofit, a national nonprofit, which is membership driven, and it's based in Washington, D.C., with over 50 chapters and affiliates around the country. Touching hundreds of thousands of AAPIs each year, OCA works with its organizational partners, members, chapters, and supporters to empower the next generation of leaders. So the San Mateo chapter of OCA was established in 1987 and is one of the 4 chapters in the Bay Area and one of the 7 chapters in California. One of the most recognized programs in the annual Speak and Lead program, or one of their most recognized programs is the annual Speak and Lead program. Today, OCA San Mateo will be sharing with us their paper folding skills, and we're happy to see them, and thank you, OCA San Mateo. One of my dear friends was the former president of OCA San Mateo, and my mother was very involved with the OCA chapter out of Houston, Texas. So it just shows you how wide-ranging the organization is, OCA, and how important it is to the Asian American community.
Happy New Year from the OCA San Mateo chapter.
恭喜发财，
新年快乐，龙马精神。May you have the energy of the horse and the dragon.
And good health as well. 祝大家身體健康。
Hello, my name is Celine Wong, and I'm a member of OCA's board.
Hi, my name is Martin. I'm a board member of OCA San Mateo.
Hi, I'm Emily, and I'm an intern with SMOCA.
Hi, my name is Miles. I'm also an SMOCA intern.
Gong
hei
Fat Choi.
Thank you so much, everybody. This is OCA San Mateo, and we're joined here today by our interns, the lovely Emily and the esteemed Miles. And I'm very excited to see your tutorial. What are we going to do? Show me, show me.
Yeah, so today we are going to do a little bit of a modified form of the traditional Chinese paper cutting. And so usually these are created as like decorations to hang up at celebrations, like at weddings and at Spring Festival, Lunar New Year, stuff like we're doing now. And they're usually done on red paper. So if you have red paper, that'd be great. So what we need for today is printer paper in any color you'd like, but I have white today, and some scissors. And so we sent you all a template link in the chat, and we will send it live as well so that you guys can click on that. And basically what you're going to do is print that out, and then it'll look like what Miles has right there. So you should be able to cut off the excess so that it becomes a square. I actually don't have a printer, so I had to make my own, and basically I folded it into diagonal, and then you can cut off the excess here so that it becomes a square if you have a rectangular A4 piece of printer paper. So I'm gonna cut that off right now, but you already have a square piece of paper, then that will work perfect.
And then if you print in the paper cutout, all you have to do is just fold it along the line.
This looks really complicated. How old do you have to be to do this?
It's easier than it looks, actually. Basically, all that you need is on the template. You can be of any age. You can be a child following along. It's pretty simple and has it's very pretty when it comes out, so any ages. Okay, so this is what it looks like right now. Square piece of paper and the character outline on the corner. So basically what I'm gonna do is fold it diagonally one way, like that. And then I'm going to unfold it and then fold it diagonally the other way. So we just want to unfold it every time, so we just have the creases. And then I have 2 diagonal folds, and now I'm going to fold it vertically and horizontally. So you can do vertically first, fold that, and make sure the crease is there, and then horizontally. And unfold it. So you should have 4 creases, I believe. So still square piece of paper, unfold that. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these horizontal ends and we're going to fold them inwards like this. So here, let's see. A bit of finesse. So you're gonna wanna fold these downwards and inwards towards the back, and same goes for the other side, like this. So it should look like this. It's kind of like it has four corners that are all sticking out, and then you want to fold it so that this character is towards the front, and then there are 2 like flaps, 2 ends on each side, on either side. Look like this. Okay, and then we are going to fold it in half this way, and just make sure that the character is showing every time that you fold it, because that's what we want to cut out. So right now it is a mini compact triangle, and there are 4 sides sticking out, and then we're gonna start the cutting. So basically what you want to do is cut around the edges here, and then make sure that whatever's inside is left uncut. And then so for example here, you want to cut out the insides here, but leave this space uncut. And then so you'd want to cut here, 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 here. And you want to cut through all 4 like layers of the paper, because we're going to make a 3D model of sorts.
The art of paper cutting, it dates back to 2nd century CE, since paper was invented by Chao Lung in the Eastern Han Dynasty in China. And the word for it is Jianzhe. Am I saying that correctly?
Yes.
Miles. Oh, great. Thank you, Emily. And so basically the loose translation into English is that this is a window flower. And if you look online, you can see some really exquisite, beautiful Chinese paper cuttings. The one that we're doing today happens to be a 3D model as opposed to flat, but they're all really, really beautiful. And they tend to be cut out on this gorgeous red paper. They use these cutouts to decorate doors and windows, and people used to glue the paper cuts on the exterior of the window, so light from the inside would shine through the negative space of the cutout, which is really amazing. They also use this paper cutting artwork for festivals like the Spring Festival, as well as weddings and childbirth. And these paper cuts always symbolize luck and happiness.
Yes. Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you.
All right. I'm still working on cutting it out.
Yeah.
Where I'm at right now, I'm going to cut out the negative space in between here.
Emily's a little ahead of me, but I'm almost there.
So what does this cutout specifically mean, the one that you're working on today?
Yeah. So I believe this one means spring. It spells out Chun, which means spring. And you know, it's just used to celebrate the spring coming of the Lunar New Year, since that always falls right within the time period of spring, and basically symbolizes, you know, like new beginnings. Flowers are blooming, you know, spring is always a great season.
You know what's really interesting? At different archaeological sites, they have found evidence of paper cutting going back to the 6th century.
Oh, wow.
But it could even go back further. So I think that that's really cool. Before the invention of paper, they did use other materials like leaves, foil, and even silk and leather.
Okay, I think I am just about done cutting it out.
Same here.
And then we are ready to do the grand reveal. So you just unfold it like this.
Yay!
This character is symmetrical. That's why we had to fold it that many times. And then here, this is the full character, and then you can see it wraps around 4 times like that.
Oh, that's really pretty.
Hang it wherever you want.
All right, let me try. So I got my folded part right here. I open it up.
Where would I hang something like this?
You can put it on your wall. You can hang it kind of like from the ceiling, from a string, something like that. Yeah, really anything.
Very pretty.
Cute. Yeah, and yeah, that's it. This is the character. You can see it spells children.
Oh,
See it wraps around. They
that's
kinda
really cool.
holding hands.
And then,
Yeah.
and then also in case like you don't have a red paper too, you can always get like a red colored pencil or crayon and just color this red too to get
Yeah.
that right red outline.
Oh, nice.
Yes, there are a lot of other templates available online. You can find other characters, you can find other designs or images if you want.
Or you could even make your own character too, as long
Yeah.
as it's symmetrical on
You
your
can
both
do that.
sides.
There you have it.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we look forward to doing another paper folding session with you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
What a great performance, and what it was just fantastic art that goes back with a history lesson. So what a great segment there, Virginia.
Very great segment. And just, just not the paper cuttings are a part of Chinese culture, but I think it's prevalent in the Asian cultures with the shadow paper cuttings, shadow theater kind of thing in the Malaysian culture. So it's a beautiful art to paper cutting and just using paper as an art form. So thank you to this group.
Right. Eileen, were you cutting along with the lesson?
Well, I grew up doing some cuttings, but I was just fascinated with the video. It was wonderful.
Well, I'm gonna have to go back and look at the recordings to make my own video, or not video, but do my own paper cutting. So very cool. One of the things that we're very fortunate here in San Mateo County is that the Asian community is a large part of San Mateo County. In fact, the Asian community is the county's largest ethnic demographic, representing almost 32% of San Mateo County's population. Tonight, we're joined by elected officials from throughout San Mateo County sharing their welcome to the Year of the Ox. So please join me and some of our elected officials from around the county and from Redwood City in celebrating the Lunar New Year.
Hi, I'm Diane Howard, Mayor of Redwood City. It is my privilege to wish you a happy Lunar New Year as we honor and celebrate the Year of the Ox. Due to COVID restrictions, we will be online and streaming on Saturday, February 20th at 5 to 6:30 p.m. on Peninsula 360. I want to thank Redwood City International and our own council member Jeff G. for providing this wonderful event. Tune in and enjoy lion dances, taiko drums, and more. I hope this new year brings you health, peace, and lasting prosperity. May it be a time of laughter and enjoyment for you and your loved ones throughout the entire year. Gong hei fa choi.
Gong hei fa choi. Hi, everyone. I'm Giselle Hale, the proud Vice Mayor of Redwood City, and I'm wishing you all a happy Lunar New Year. This is the year of the ox. This year is to be one where hard work is rewarded and where we all feel the full weight of each of our responsibilities. I know we have hard work ahead of us, but I look forward to seeing you all in good health soon. Happy Lunar New Year, and please celebrate responsibly and safely.
Hello, everyone, and Happy New Year. My name is Michael Smith, and I'm a city councilman here in Redwood City, representing District 4. I just want to wish everyone a happy Lunar New Year. This is a time of celebration and new beginnings, and we celebrate the year of the ox. This is indeed a time to settle down and get to work, as we have a lot of things to recover from 2020.
Good evening, Redwood City. My name is Alicia Aguirre, Councilwoman. I'm very excited to be here tonight to celebrate our Lunar New Year in Redwood City. This is a year that's going to be special for all of us, a year that we really need, with much prosperity. So, Gang Hei Fat Choi.
Hi, my name is Wayne Lee, President of the San Mateo County Asian Pacific Islander Caucus, and we want to wish you a healthy, wealthy, and prosperous new year, the year of the ox. Gong Hei Fat Choi, San Tai Gin Hong.
新年快乐 from San Mateo.
Hello, I am Justin Manalo, Mayor of the City of Daly City and Board Member of the API Caucus for San Mateo County. I know that these are unprecedented times, but I want to wish you and your family a happy Lunar New Year of health, happiness, and prosperity. Blessings and light.
Thank you to our elected friends from around the county for sharing your wishes for the new year. Thank you for being with us tonight. I'm going to take a little departure from the celebration this evening and take a few minutes to be a little bit more serious. As we talked about earlier, the Lunar New Year is an important celebration. It's one of the most, if not the most important celebration in the Asian culture. I mean, in China, it's amazing where all the families in the cities take the train and they go home to visit their elders. And it's amazing that half the country moves in a matter of 2 weeks during the celebration. But there's a couple things that were really important about that, though. Our elders. And over the last several weeks, we have seen some very terrible incidences of our seniors in our Asian community being attacked. During the Lunar New Year, the thoughts are that they're carrying red envelopes with money to give to their grandchildren, to the children, the parents of their children, bearing gifts and things like that. And our seniors in the Asian community have been viciously attacked. More importantly, and just as importantly, during the last several months and with COVID, we've seen a rise in anti-Asian hatred, xenophobia, and actually growth in racism on all races. And so we want to take a few minutes to talk about this and some of the projects we may be working on over the next few months, but I'd also like to take a moment to invite and welcome Rudy Espinoza and Connie Guerrero from the Latino community. Both Rudy and Connie do a program here at Peninsula 360 every Saturday evening to talk about various topics that are important to our Peninsula community. So welcome, Rudy. Welcome, Connie. Thanks for joining us this evening.
Hi, I'm really happy to be here with you. Hi, Connie. Hi, Eileen.
Hi, everyone.
Rudy, hi, Connie.
Hi.
Happy New Year.
Yes, gonna have a
Hi,
happy
Joy.
Lunar Year.
Well, I know, Eileen, this is a very, very important subject and topic. So why don't you start us off about what you've been seeing and what you're thinking about doing, and how do we come together, raise consciousness about the racism in our communities, and how do we work together to combat this and really say we need to be better?
Well, I would like to build on what grassroots campaigns and especially the Stop AAPI Hate Coalition have done already, which is publicly denounce xenophobia wherever we may find it. I'm actually reaching out with the help of Virginia to our elders and leaders in the county to advocate or to share their personal stories of discrimination and survival By doing this, we bring more visibility to the issue. Jeff, the real enemy here isn't one's race, but prejudice. We need to keep having conversations and collaborations to sustain long-term coalition building. We need to support the work of community leaders across the board because we need community-based grassroots solutions to tackle this systemic issue.
Very good. And while we have seen this most recently with the attacks on the Asian seniors, the issues of prejudice and racism are not exclusive to the API community. Connie and Rudy, I'm sure the Latinx community has seen this, especially during the last year. Can you share with some of the things that you guys have seen and are doing, and that how we might be able to work together? Just some thoughts, maybe.
Yeah, if I may, I think that the issue is across all people of color and vulnerable groups, including the LGBTQ community. I was on a flight yesterday, and the person behind me was using an offensive term against the LGBTQ community, and it's 2021, where his companion was correcting him not to use that word, and his response was, "I don't care." I remember when I was 18 years old and I was visiting a friend at a university in the South, and someone yelled at me, "effing Mexican," as if there's something wrong with being Mexican. The issues continue and have been widespread. I think what we saw in the last 4 years was the okay from the top of our leadership that it was okay to speak like that and to other folks and to treat people of color and of the LGBTQ community as less, as second-class citizens. Just yesterday, Representative Judy Chu from California, she's a chairwoman of the Congressional Asian Pacific American Caucus. She said what started as dirty looks and verbal assaults have escalated to physical attacks and violence against innocent Asian Americans. There have been nearly 3,000 hate crimes in the past year against Asian Americans. It is a pervasive issue. And as Eileen was saying, we need to not stay silent. We need to raise this issue. We need to keep speaking out about it, because a lot of times, because it's become so common, we forget to talk about it. Because it's almost like we start accepting that this is a part of life, and it's not normal. It never should be. And we have to continue having the dialogue and speaking out and speaking against these hate crimes, speaking against when we hear someone, everything from making a joke to being offensive to a person of color or to someone in the LGBTQ community.
Really, thank you for sharing that and sharing. I mean, just as recently as yesterday when you're on an airplane. Wow.
Yeah.
Connie, do you think there's opportunities for all of us to work together to build that coalition, to be allies, and to, as they say, stronger together?
Exactly. I do think there are opportunities to work together. I see this in the community. There are a lot of issues that come up with regards to, just racism that people don't really see themselves as racist, but they may say some words or they make some comments which are not appropriate. So we really need to be able to have a dialogue, really talk, discuss these issues, and have people really understand, because I don't think that some people mean to be offensive, right? I like to think that people are nice and they may not be offensive, but I do think we need to really have these dialogues. And I think it's been happening a lot. I sit on a lot of different boards, and we have been working on having dialogues with each other about these kind of issues. So I think we need to continue to have those conversations.
And these are very, very hard conversations to have. And the other side of this is that there are a lot of, I guess people use code words in ways they speak and talk and have conversations, and we hear it, and some of it's intentional and maybe some of it's ignorance. And by having these greater conversations, as hard as they may be, hopefully we can raise awareness. What do you think, Virginia?
I think that this is absolutely right. But I also think that from a historical perspective, everyone needs to kind of look back into history, because there has been systemic racism towards the Asian communities since the late 1800s, in 1875, and in the early 1880s for the Chinese Exclusion Act, and then the Japanese American citizens who were interned because.
I mean, what 2 days ago was Remembrance Day.
Yeah. Yes. And I think when you forget the history, sometimes you don't really understand how you can move forward. So, that's important. And I think sometimes the Asian American history isn't necessarily taught in the detail that it should be taught in our schools. But at the same time, while we're dealing with the racism and the anti-hate or the anti-Asian sentiment that I think is pervasive across the country, but in our larger cities, I think that the one thing that that isn't kind of given some light on is the mental health part for Asian Americans. And it's so hard for anyone to talk about mental health issues and the result of, this anti-Asian sentiment, how it affects Asians emotionally and psychologically. So, I think there needs to be some recognition about that. And it's hard work. It's hard work to talk about this. And it's hard work to actually even admit that you're the target of that. And if you need help, to go and get it. But that's the year of the ox too, to work hard to understand that there are these anti-Asian sentiments, but there are also resources. And we're just very glad, I think, that the communities of color are kind of united behind all of the racism that we're exhibiting, or that's being exhibited in the country. So let's continue to work hard. And the year of the ox is the perfect opportunity.
Great time to work hard.
Yeah, and if I may add, I think one of the interesting things that both the Latino community and the Asian community share is that a lot of us are immigrants and are first generation or immigrants, and a lot of times our immigrant communities feel like they need to be silent because of their document status or the lack of status in the United States. And we need to uplift them, right? We need to make them feel safe, that they can speak out in so many different levels. I mean, you're talking about mental health. That's a major issue when we talk about crime. That's another issue, right? That our communities sometimes witness situations and they stay silent because they feel unsafe, because they feel like they're othered and they're not part of the community and won't receive the same protections as the rest of the community. I think that the Latinx community and the Asian communities have a lot more things in common that maybe we seem to know or that are obvious, but working together to fight these hate crimes, because hate crimes against Asian folks are also hate crimes against Latino folks and hate crimes against our Black folks and our BIPOC folks, right? We're in this together. We're in this together as we fight against hate. So I'm happy that you're all here having this conversation, and you're bringing Connie and me to talk about these situations.
Well said, Rudy. Virginia?
Yeah, just one quick comment. No culture should feel afraid to express their culture. And you brought up the fact that, the Lunar New Year is it is the most important holiday in all of Asia. And celebrations with red envelopes, whatever. I mean, Asians should not be attacked for celebrating their culture. And I hope that we'll be able to get past all of this. And I'm sure we will. But no culture should be attacked for celebrating itself.
Eileen, as our poet laureate, do you see poetry and the work that you're doing a platform to build bridges across communities?
Definitely. Poetry has always been about building bridges. And actually, my personal statement as a county poet laureate is that, immigrants and their children have contributed enormously to the fabric of American society and economy. But regardless of our contributions, everyone should be treated with respect. Everyone should be treated equally, and that's supposed to be a major tenet of this country. So my upcoming project, apart from raising greater awareness of this issue, is advocating for policies which protect our communities, especially the most vulnerable among us.
Very good. As we wrap up this segment, and again, we wanted to take this moment just to raise awareness that even though we're here in 2020, 2021 in California, in San Mateo County, I know friends, Asian friends, who have been yelled at, go home, have been spit at in stores. And this violence, we've seen our seniors, unfortunately, in the news recently, attacked viciously. That we will have to work together to be stronger together and raise awareness and work together to educate our communities so that we can be better together. And so, Rudy, Connie, if you have a closing statement, because we've got some ideas about some projects we're going to put together after Lunar New Year. But, Rudy, any thoughts further as we wrap up this segment?
Yeah, I'm just excited that y'all are doing this right now. And I think that there's a lot of work to be done in our community. When we think about San Mateo County, so many opportunities. The county is 52% BIPOC. That's important, that's significant. And as long as we stick together, we're going to be able to affect the changes that we need in our community so that we make them safer, we make them better for people in those vulnerable communities that we continue to speak about. So I want to say thank you to you, Virginia, and to Jeff and to Eileen for taking the leadership of bringing and uplifting, your culture so that we can enjoy it with you. I think that's such a beautiful thing for us to be doing.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And I just want to say, Jeff, that, we are united with you to send out the message that we need to stop this hate, the AAPI hate and violence against, any communities. So we're here to work together. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for being with us, Connie and Rudy. Virginia, any final words?
Well, thank you. I'm just so glad to hear that we're all united in dealing with this horrible situation. And like I said, it's going to take a lot of hard work and a lot of hard conversations, which will, require a lot of hard work. But I think we can do it. And this is the year of the ox, so we are going to get this done.
We will. Rudy, Connie, thank you for joining us. You're welcome to hang with us for the rest of the celebration. Happy New Year. Gong hei fa choi.
Thank you.
Eileen, over to you. Back to some celebrations, some performances.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Rudy and Connie. Thank you, everyone, for allowing us a few minutes for a very serious and real discussion. Now, to get back to the celebration of the Lunar New Year, it's my pleasure to introduce Jason Hu, a singer in the Bay Area. Jason has participated in many large singing competitions and has won the Champion of the Sound of the Bay Area in 2020. He's acted as a performing guest in many events. Jason likes to make a lot of cover music video. Creating music and performing has always been his dream career. Jason's philosophy on life is to stick to my ideal career and to do the best. Please welcome Jason Hu.
平凡亦可，平淡亦可，自有天地。但求日出，清早到後，能望見你，那更加的好過。當身邊的一切如風，是你讓我找到根蒂，不願離開，只願留低，城市永不枯萎。而每過一天，每一天這醉者，便愛你多些，再多些，至滿瀉。我發覺我最愛與你編寫。以後明天的深夜，而每過一天，每一天這醉者，便愛你多些，再多些，至滿瀉。我最愛你與我這生一起，那句明天風高路斜。明是什麼，才是什麼，是好滋味。但如再生，朝朝每夜，能望見你，那更加的好過。當身邊的一切如風，是你讓我找到根蒂，不願離開，只願留低，情是永不枯萎。而每過一天，每一天這醉者，便愛你多些，再多些，至滿瀉。我發覺我最愛與你編寫。以後明天的深夜，而每過一天，每一天這醉者，便愛你多些，再多些，至滿瀉。我最愛你與我這生一起，那句明天風高路斜。Da da 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 da, yeah。而每過一天，每一天這情深者，便愛你多些，然後再多一些。我最愛你與我這生一起，那句明天風高路斜。
Well, I have to tell you, Jeff, that one of my favorite parts of the Lunar New Year is the red envelope.
Well, but you're married. I'm not going to be any red envelopes. I'm sorry. It doesn't work that way.
No. But we do have children. And part of the joy of having these red envelopes is being able to give our children the red envelopes.
Yes. And they do look forward to that.
Every year.
Yes.
Right. For every occasion, not just the Lunar New Year.
That's true. More money, Mom.
Yes, exactly. Or gift cards, right?
Yes.
But the other part of the Lunar New Year that I love, besides the lion dance and the red envelopes, is the taiko drum playing. And I am absolutely thrilled to be able to introduce Taiko Soba, which is a young taiko ensemble under the Palo Alto Buddhist Temple Dharma School. The group formed in 2016 as a way of giving friends the opportunity to play taiko together once again. The members come from a variety of backgrounds, including collegiate taiko, former Dharma school students, and other taiko groups throughout the country. Taiko Soba enjoys sharing taiko with the Bay Area community and is excited to contribute to this year's virtual edition of Redwood City's Lunar New Year celebration. The group is presenting 2 songs today, both of which are recordings from last year's event. The first song is titled Bali Song, which is composed by one of the group's own members, Ken Yasuhira. The song is inspired by the sharp movements of the butterfly knife and is a staple in the group's repertoire. Well, Jeff, that was wonderful.
I'm tired.
So I just want to say that all of the performances that we've watched so far, the performers have made it look so easy and just so beautiful, but it takes a lot of physical exertion for the taiko drums or even the dancing and even the lion dancing. Oh my gosh, the acrobatic movements involved and making sure that, you know, you're as light on your feet as possible. You know, it just takes a lot of discipline, athleticism to make something so beautiful into a performance like that. And our next guest is the same way, right?
That's right. Well, Virginia, you're absolutely right. I mean, what we're seeing is not only the visual presentation, but hours of practice and hard work. In the year of the ox, hard work, and we're seeing the results of all that hard work. I'm also very honored and very blessed to be able to present Lunar New Year with a lot of many groups have been with me from the very beginning. And our next group has been there from year one, California Kung Fu and Tai Chi here in Redwood City. The goal of California Kung Fu and Tai Chi is to promote both the physical and spiritual growth in their students by teaching both the external and internal martial arts styles. Their goal is to enhance a student's life through the understanding and application of the values and discipline taught in the Chinese martial arts styles, traditions, and culture. Led by renowned masters, they offer complete and systematic instruction of Chinese martial arts. Their programs include fitness and self-defense, physical conditioning, traditional forms of Sanshu and Chinese kickboxing, health and wellness, Tai Chi for arthritis, and traditional Chinese healthy exercise. Please join me in welcoming California Kung Fu and Tai Chi.
Gung Hei Fa Choi. Best wishes to you for prosperity and success. We are the California Kung Fu and Tai Chi Institute here in Redwood City. We practice the Chinese martial arts, Wushu, also known as Kung Fu and Tai Chi. In Chinese culture, an exhibition of martial skills is typical entertainment during festivals and celebrations. So take a trip down memory lane with us as we entertain you with a mashup of our most memorable performances from past Lunar New Year demonstrations.
Wow, how amazing was that? And it's just been great to have the students at California Kung Fu and Tai Chi perform over and over every year that we've had this celebration. And for me, the most amazing part is to see the students grow. I mean, some of the students that were in the very beginning are now off to college, and it's just great to see them come back, see them perform, and then go back in history to see the many performances that they've shown here in Redwood City. So thank you, California Kung Fu and Tai Chi. And Virginia, you going to try to do some of those performances yourself?
For exercise only, but not for the performance aspect.
All right, very good. Eileen, we want to take us on to our next group?
Yes, we now would like to welcome back Taiko Soba. You know, I love the sound and rhythm of taiko. I think jazz drummer Daihachi Oguchi said it perfectly. Your heart is a taiko. Its instinct is to be drawn to taiko drumming. This next piece from Taiko Soba is titled Omiyage, composed by Shoji Kameda. Omiyage, meaning gift, is an open source piece that was written as a gift to the taiko community. Many groups, including Taiko Soba, perform their own variations of the original. Please welcome back Taiko Soba.
Wow, that is a lot of hard work, but it's wonderful sound. And if you haven't beat the taiko drums before, it's a lot harder than it looks.
Yes. Physical exertion
It's good.
with cultural meaning behind
Absolutely.
it. And it's an
Absolutely.
art. So we do have one more performer, and I'm going to give Eileen the honor to please introduce our next performer. But I do want to say one quick thing. She is the Stingtow's Miss Talent 2021. And as a former Miss Chinatown Houston, I understand and know how important it is for talent to be showcased and how difficult it is to showcase your talent, because it requires so much hard work to make it look effortless and beautiful. And talent is a very important part of any beauty pageant, because it goes beyond just what you see in person, in the very surface level. So Eileen, please introduce.
Oh, wait. You can't get away that easily. You say you were Miss Chinatown Houston.
A very long time ago.
It's okay, it counts. What was your talent?
Well, I'm a former concert pianist, so my talent was, and I was a piano major at the time at the University of Texas at Austin, and my talent was the piano, and I played the Fantasy Impromptu by Chopin at that time, which was, it's a piece that everyone knows and loves, but it was classically difficult enough for me to not make it seem like it's only pop music, right? But it's a beautiful, beautiful piece. But like, as I said, the talent portion really showcases I think the depth of a person.
Very good. Well, congratulations for Miss Houston Chinatown. And thanks
Long
for joining.
time ago, but thank you, Jeff.
Eileen, I'll let you follow that one now.
Impressive. I'd love to see photos, Virginia.
I think you can look online. People have.
All right, there we go. Everybody go to Google, look it up.
Our last performer is Alicia Yang. Alicia was Stingtow's Miss Talent 2021. Please join us in welcoming Alicia Yang.
Wow, what a great performance. Thank you. And thank you, Singtao, for joining us on celebrating our Lunar New Year here in Redwood City. We really appreciate it. Well, as we wrap up our celebration, we're almost there, but a celebration of the Lunar New Year needs a lion dance. In the Asian culture, the lion symbolizes power, wisdom, and superiority. People perform lion dances at festivals or big occasions to bring good fortune and chase away evil spirits. The lion dance is one of the most important traditions at Lunar New Year. It is performed to bring prosperity and good luck for the upcoming year. The lion dance is also a way to create a festive atmosphere and bring happiness. Performed in a lion costume, accompanied by the music of beating drums, clashing cymbals, and resounding gongs, lion dances imitate a lion's various movements or demonstrate martial arts agility, depending on the style. The Far East Dragon Lion Dance Association is a nonprofit youth group and lion dance troupe which strives to use the traditional lion dance as a vehicle for cultural and community awareness. They're also an advocate for women empowerment, especially in a culture where girls are discouraged from lion dancing and are the first lion dance troupe in the Bay Area to promote women learning both the musical and dance elements going beyond traditional norms. I am very pleased to bring back year after year the Far East Lion Dance Association. Please join me in welcoming and celebrating our Lunar New Year. Wow, that was incredible. And, you know, it's just wonderful to see the Far East Lion Dance Association back with us for Lunar New Year. And what you saw tonight in their video was they also compete across the country. There's actually competitions to be the best lion dance group out there. And so one year they were out there competing and they weren't able to join us. But hats off to them for being out there, for practicing the hard work, and for competing against other groups across the country. As we wrap up, I want to take a moment again to thank you for joining us, and more importantly, to thank our sponsors, because without their support, we couldn't bring you this program tonight. So let's play one more time our video sponsor. Thank you again to all of our sponsors. And Kaiser, thank you for being our presenting sponsor this evening. And congratulations on opening up your new medical office building here in Redwood City. We're looking forward to that unveiling. And thank you for being safe and taking care of our communities out there. So we wrap up. Virginia, any closing comments and thoughts?
I have a very important closing comment to make. This is Jeff G's 11th year to do this, which means that he's been doing this since almost the entire time you've been on the Redwood City City Council. And I just want to thank you, Council Member G, for bringing attention to the important Asian culture, which seems to sometimes be neglected, especially in this county. And I think that more people are aware, and a lot of it is thanks to you.
Thank you.
And being the only Asian person on the council in the history of the city. I mean, seriously, Jeff, you do great work, but I think for me, bringing the celebration of the Lunar New Year to the peninsula is my favorite thing that you've done. So, 新年快乐，恭喜发财，谢谢。
谢谢. Thank you very much. And Virginia, you're a trailblazer yourself in your elected roles, and not only as an Asian American, but as a woman too. And that is unheard of. And you're setting blazing new trails for all of us, as well as Eileen.
Yes.
You know, in your role as our poet laureate, you're blazing new paths for all of us. So, Eileen, any closing thoughts or comments?
Yeah, Virginia, it's been such an honor to be your co-host this evening. Thank you both so much for everything that you do. And thank you also to Pen 360, Rudy, Connie, and our sponsors, participants, and performers for making this event possible. Thank you to our friends and family for joining us. I hope you all stay safe. In the year of the Metal Ox, may you have health, happiness, and peace. May good fortune and lasting friendships find their way to all of you. Happy New Year.
Eileen, thank you for being part of our program. Thanks for being a great co-host. Virginia, thank you for also being a great co-host. Peninsula 360 Press, thank you for being our platform, for bringing this to our communities. Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Good health, prosperity, and success in the year of the ox. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you in person next year as we celebrate the year of the tiger. Be well, stay safe. Have a great evening. Gong hei fa choy.